January. It's always a fun month for HPNG because I always start the year with interviewing a woman. Because the first person that I ever interviewed for HPNG was a woman. And it really struck a chord because I realized that the landscape, as many people realized, that the landscape was changing and we needed to get the insight from a different perspective. So I wanted to share with you the story and the career and the background of someone powerful, of someone that could really inspire, someone that could really motivate. But more importantly, I really just like a Latina or a Latina that can really kick some ass, or a leader who can really inspire and get into that community and be able to share. So please welcome the president and CEO of VEME, Carmen DiRienzo. Carmen, welcome.
That was pretty impressive. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and I'm especially delighted to see so many people here who are working in this market, who are of this community. And I'm especially happy and feel I should admit right from the outset that some of the favorite people of my life are in this room tonight, and they are VEME staffers. So,
all right, let's hear it for the VEME. They should have worn like T-shirts or something with the VEME logo.
We thought that would be a little obvious, so wearing VEME T-shirts. But it's really great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Let's get started at the very, very beginning. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Well, I actually was born and raised in Tuckahoe, New York. Anybody know Tuckahoe? All right, it's right near Yonkers. It's in southern Westchester County. And I grew up there in the midst of a very large and a very loving family. Lots of easy self-esteem when you have, a huge and diverse family that loves you. And other than living in Syracuse for college and Washington for law school, I've always lived in Westchester County. I now live in northern Westchester in Katona.
Okay. So what were the early years like for Carmen? What is it growing up? What kind of dreams? What kind of aspirations? What were you looking forward to for your future? As a little girl is it upstate?
Tuckahoe. It's not upstate. It's a half-hour away, but it's 1 square mile, and so it kind of has the best of everything in that it's so very close to the city, and you have all the wonderful things that are in the city a stone's throw away. But you also have your little town. The high school I went to had from grades 7 to 12 just under 700 kids in it.
Wow, so that was pretty small. So it's one of those communities
small.
like everybody knows everyone, right?
Yeah, it's a community that really kind of provides meaning to the phrase that it takes a village to raise a child. You couldn't go anywhere without somebody who knew your parents or you seeing you.
Right, so you couldn't get into trouble that easily, because, yeah.
Right.
They're gonna tell.
And,
Conozco a tu mamá.
Sí.
It's true.
I had 50 first cousins. My dad was one of 11, and many of us look alike.
So you were the town.
Kind of. In a manner of speaking. So even if they didn't know exactly whose kid you were, they knew where you came from.
Right, yeah. So what is your background?
So my background actually is the original Latino, which is Roman. I'm
That's
Italian.
Right. Okay. From both your parents.
That's right. All of my parents and my grandparents came from the same area of Italy. And many of the people actually in the village of Tuckahoe came from that area. It was kind of interesting. There are so many similarities in the immigration story. I mean, essentially, they came to the United States to work. Many of them, including my grandfather, were stone cutters in Italy, and they settled in Tuckahoe because, little known fact, in southern Westchester, there's a great deal of granite. And so they came here to cut stone.